New York Cannabis Regulator hasn't increased staff for months after blistering review lead to Hochul overhaul. The state's cannabis regulators have made exactly zero progress to increase its staffing level months after Governor Kathy Hochul, or Hochul, however you want to pronounce it, began tearing the agency apart. Felicia Reed, acting executive director of the Office of Cannabis Management, said in an interview with Spectrum News last week that her understaffed agency now employs 180 people. That's the same amount of staffers OCM employed in April, according to a blistering report Hochul commissioned to point out some failures of the cannabis regulator. We're going to prioritize hiring and training new staff capable of strengthening key agency operations. Fill senior roles focused on agency operations, customer service, internal controls. Hochul told reporters at a press conference announcing what she called an overhaul of the agency she previously described as a disaster. Not so much faith in her own system there. Oops, excuse me, guys. 1 second here. One sec. I lost my article. Where's my article?
How do you lose your article, bro? You're scrolling.
It'll come back. You can say hello again.
It's over under that rock behind the trees.
Aw, you guys, come on. Okay, just bear with me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're over here bearing.
All good.
Man,
I know everyone's just like excited to hear another.
And read it.
No, I got you right
okay.
here.
Seems like someone's rolling a blunt, Todd.
Well, we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
The Post reported last month that a number of OCM senior employees were leaving the agency, including key staffers focused on health and safety, licensing, and legal matters. Chris Alexander, then head of OCM, resigned a week after Hochul delivered her report after previously telling the governor he planned to stay on through September. A spokesperson for OCM didn't provide the comment on why the agency hasn't retained and recruited the additional 65 positions the April report said it still needed to fill, but noted that the agency's director of health and safety is no longer leaving. What a plus. They also said OCM has 60 hires in process. Only 15 vacancies were shown on the state's job listing as of Sunday. The state of cannabis management has taken critical steps to improve core agency functions by initiating a robust hiring and recruitment process while making existing structures more efficient, Hochul spokesperson Miguel Arreola told the Post.
Oh boy.
What a name. Governor Hochul is continuing to work in collaboration with OCM leadership to take the agency into its next phase and transform New York's cannabis industry, he continued. Reed's administration last week coincided with another strange move that has left cannabis insiders scratching their heads. On Friday, Empire State Development released a request for proposals indicating it was contracting out administration of a $5 million grant program meant to reimburse some cannabis dispensaries for expenses related to opening up their business. A spokesperson for the Empire State Development said it's assisting with the program on behalf of OCM and is contracting out the work for efficiency, end quote. We expect respondents to propose admin costs that are competitive and reasonable, which ensures we reserve more funding to award the eligible small businesses, the ESD spokesperson said. Sources told the Post the $5 million for the grant is being repurposed from a previously announced loan program for dispensaries that was supposed to be overseen by the Dormitory Authority but never got off the ground. And it seems like that is the end of our article today. So I don't know. We've heard a lot about this stuff today, but like none of it's very clear. I don't know what's happening in New York. It just seems like a clusterfuck. Not surprising, but at the same time, is like, look at the people in charge of these systems. Look at the people who we not only elect, but that we entrust with like, you know, the passing out and the disbursement of like even something as simple as the licensing, even something as simple as an approval process. I don't know what to say other than God help us all. This is Saman Razani signing off.
I know what to say.
Oh boy, here we go.
I know what to say.
Go for it,
There's
Yarrow.
deep and bitter irony that the people who are criticizing are the people who are responsible for what they're criticizing.
Right.
Kathy Hochul, whatever, started this when she criticized the people who she put in place and criticized her own administration. Then this lady, last name Reed, criticized the hiring while she's in charge of the department who's supposed to be doing the hiring. I think that's called shooting the horse you're riding or something like that. But it's also a culture. It's also a culture thing, right? Fish rots from the head down. Leadership is about ownership, and ownership is about taking the hits, especially when they're not comfortable. And the buck stops at the highest desk in an organization. And until people adopt that cultural, that organizational culture, there will be nothing but buck passing and deflection. And so it's not enough to criticize the problem. It's not enough to summarize the problem. You have to be the change you want to see. And if you have 65 seats that are empty, that has to be your priority. And it doesn't take that long to hire. And so you either outsource that to a company, or you put some people in charge of that, or you set a goal and work backwards from that timeline. But these people who are criticizing the job that they and their compatriots are doing, I don't understand how they think that's going to get them closer to a regulated system that works. I think what they're going to do is turn around and then they're going to start blaming Eric Adams, and then they're going to start blaming the bodegas, and they're just going to go through sort of a Gatling gun of shooting out blame to wherever blame might be worthy, instead of just doing the job and doing it better than the last person.
Yeah, that's right. Don't feel sorry for people that are dealing with problems that they create. That's what that's how I feel about it. But I don't see this getting better, and I see it just continuing to be just a mess. And I don't even know how you're supposed to really try to engage or try to like put resources toward a state like New York when it's just such a clusterfuck. But hopefully there's some silver lining. But respect to all the operators in the Northeast putting up with the nonsense and continuing the good work of the cannabis farmer.
We all know it was a bunch of lip service and window dressing as soon as she said, like, we're going to get this thing fixed. We're going to be doing this. Right. We're going to close down all these stores, blah, 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 blah. And she started to blame it all on Cuomo. And it was all her staff who did all of this shit, man. Exactly. And this is like no knock on one party or the other. There's no knock on Kathy Hochul or anything about her personally. Like, this is what they do, period. This is what people in charge in America have a propensity of doing.
Oh boy!
Is what I say. Let AI run the whole thing and burn the rest.
I feel like there's too much agreement going on right now because we're all in consensus. So let me just say this, right? Just like Trump is probably a mole for the Russian government, I think these regulators are probably a moles for the trap in New York.
Guys, there's the best reggae song.
I think he's more of a wart than a mole. But
hold on, go ahead, Saman. What are you saying?
I said the best reggae song. Look it up. Called Well Done, Well Done, Well Done, Well Done, Miss Politician Lady. You do a great job selling out your country, but you still don't pay me. That's how it go.
Oh,
you could have said that in your normal accent.
Hey! Why you hating on the Jamaican accent?
Jamaican accent I've heard today.
Saman,
I'm half Jamaican, man.
Saman, you need to work on your Jamaican accent though. It could be.
Come on, bro. Why you hating on
Persian? It's the Persian portion of the island. It's a very small enclave.
Jamaican.
I call it Aladdin Rasta. I call it Aladdin Rasta, guys.
Oh boy.
Yes, they own the rental properties. It's
right near the beach.
Let's roll, Rico. These